Welcome to the first official episode of the CattleUSA Daily Podcast. My name is Lauren Moylan, your host for this podcast, and I am so excited to dive into this amazing new adventure with each and every one of you guys as our listeners. We are overwhelmed with just the amount of love and joy and amazing messages that we have been receiving since launching this podcast yesterday. And we are just so excited to dive into this new future with all of you guys and just see where this world takes us. I am taking today's episode to take just like a little bit of a casual approach and let you guys as listeners get to know me a little bit more since, we're going to be talking with one another every single day, Monday through Friday for ever now. So I figured it was only right if we took our first official episode to take some time to share a little bit about myself and for you guys to just get to know the person behind the voice that you're going to be hearing every single day and just a little bit more about my life and my background and why I want to even do this podcast and everything like that. So let's take it back a few years. I grew up on my family's cow-calf operation in Northeast Kansas. We are located smack dab in the middle of Lawrence, Topeka, and Kansas City. I like to joke that we're like a small town in the middle of some of the major cities in Kansas. But my growing up there was absolutely amazing, and it truly is what started my passion and love for the agricultural industry and specifically the cattle industry. So I grew up there. We had mostly purebred cattle, but we also have a small commercial herd as well. And I grew up in the show ring, actually. So from a very, very young age, I started showing cattle. My dad showed cattle his entire youth growing up and into adulthood. And so I very quickly took after him in that aspect and started showing cows at a very young age. And that truly is where I like to say my passion started on the ranch, but it got developed in the show ring and through the various associations that we were partnered with and showed cattle under and all of those things from everything. All those events that I didn't really want to do as a kid, but my mom kind of forced me to do are kind of what I say brought me to where I am right now. Everything from the public speaking to the quiz bowls to just the networking and relationship building and everything else that happened that truly formed the advocate that I am today. And I am just so grateful for just that background in agriculture and stuff like that. To this day, my family is still ranching in Northeast Kansas. My husband and I, Wathan, reside in Manhattan, Kansas, and we absolutely love the Little Apple. If you guys are not familiar with the town, Kansas State University is home here, and we love the community that we've built in Manhattan and just the central location. I'm close enough to the ranch that I can go back and help whenever it's needed, but I also have my irons in a lot of different fires here as well. So a little bit about my life currently. I obviously am now the daily podcast host for you guys here on this podcast, but I also have my own podcast as well called The Next Generation, and I started it in December of 2023. So we are just over a year old. It's crazy to see just how far we've come in the past year and everything that has changed and developed and just the different directions that my podcast has gone. But the whole heart and soul behind my personal podcast is empowering the next generation of agriculture. We are the next generation of agriculture, and we owe it to ourselves, our ancestors, and our future generations to continue growing agriculture, making it better, and innovating and developing our youth, along with just our practices and the way that we view everything. So I absolutely just love the community that I've built with the next generation and all of the amazing people that we've gotten to have as guests and stuff like that. And because of the next generation, that is why I'm with you guys here today. I actually had a guest on my podcast who I am very close friends with and then is also connected to the Winter family over at CattleUSA. And she was able to connect us after they listened to her episode on my podcast. And that was, oh my gosh, 3 months months ago, and now we're here, finally recording our first official episode. And I am just so grateful for the opportunities and the platform that podcast has built me to be able to advocate for agriculture and be able to be a voice for young individuals in agriculture and truly just empower that next generation and bring up people along with us. So that is kind of like the advocating side of my businesses. But outside of that, I also own and operate a full service marketing agency along with a photography business. So again, a lot of irons and a lot of different fires. I started Showboat Media Co., my photography business, back in 2020 while I was in college, and I had no idea that starting that one business would lead to like where we are right now. I had no idea that starting taking photos of cows would lead me to having a podcast talking about cows, and that all of just the connections that I built throughout that. So still have that business to this day. Absolutely love it dearly. And it's still a big, big part of our lives. We recently recently kind of / in the transition phase of separating out Showboat Media Co. into the independent photography side and then a marketing agency side. So I have had just the absolute honor of working with some amazing brands and businesses within agriculture over the past years, offering them full service marketing needs, whether it be ranches or businesses, small businesses alike that maybe don't have a full marketing team or they just need another person to help with different things. Me and my team love just working with people like that. And so we're currently in the process of separating those out. And you're probably listening to this thinking like, oh my gosh, this woman is crazy. She has a lot of things going on. Why is she doing this? Why is she going to show up every single day and add another thing to her plate? And how does she do it all? Honestly, to the last question, I'm not sure how I do it all. A lot of caffeine is in the mix. And just, this is going to sound so cheesy, but my drive for the industry is there. And when the CattleUSA team presented me with the opportunity to be the host for this podcast and work in collaboration with them and their team, it felt like all the stars aligned and just all of the answered prayers that I didn't know I was searching for. I've been looking for ways to kind of continue to grow as an advocate for agriculture and grow within my presence within the cattle industry and continue to just stand up for the industry that I love. I obviously aged out of showing cows quite a few years ago, and I'm not working back on the ranch. And so trying to find my place within agriculture has been a little bit of a journey over the past few years. And this is finally something that just, it feels so right. And the CattleUSA team, they have been literally nothing but amazing and phenomenal to work with. They are a team of people that, oh my gosh, they come to show up. Like they have such a passion for the cattle industry and for bringing just free content to you guys to make your businesses better. And when they first approached me, they were like, we have no other desire with this podcast other than to just provide an amazing resource to the people that we already touch and deal with and work with every single day through either whether it be the CattleUSA sale barn partnerships or through their media operations or their LRP or just like different things like that. They just want to bring a great resource to you guys. And I am so excited that I get to be the voice for that and the voice that gets to show up with you guys every single morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. Only Monday through Friday though. You won't catch me being here on Saturdays and Sundays unless it's a special event or something like that. I don't know. We don't know where this is going to lead, where it's going to take us, or all of the things like that. And this journey it's so exciting. I hope that you guys are listening to this and that you are as riled up and excited as I am to walk along this path, walk along this journey, and just see where it takes us. We are going to be showing up for these first few weeks, doing some solo episodes and just talking about current events, topics in agriculture, different ways that you guys can better your businesses, better yourselves, just different topics that I have some great knowledge about and would love to share with you guys. And in the future, we're going to have everything from some political discussions to talking more about just building your guys' businesses and current events and topics. And honestly, we're going to talk about a lot of things. Everything impacting the cattle industry are things that we're going to talk about, which can be very broad. But as listeners, I hope that you guys are have gotten an opportunity to feel like you got to know me throughout this episode, and throughout the episodes that we're going to continue to have more about me and my character and everything like that are going to continue to come out. But more than anything, we are here to serve you guys, our listeners, and the people that are the backbone of the cattle industry. And we want you guys to let us know what you want to hear. So if you have certain topics that you want to dive into, if you have certain people that you think would be amazing guests on this podcast, please let us know. I'm going to have in the show notes linked all of my social medias and things like that. Feel free to message me, DM me, all of the things like that, and just either contact me or the CattleUSA team, and we'll put you in contact with the right person that can help you answer questions or just to talk about different topics that you want to hear or things like that, because at the end of the day, we're here to serve you. And we want this to be relevant information that you guys want to hear about. So please, 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 please let us know what you guys want to hear, things like that. And we're so excited to go along this journey. We launched our pilot episode yesterday, and we've just had such an overwhelming amount of love and support from you guys. And we're just so excited to see where this path continues to lead and all of the things like that. So that's enough about me for today, at least. I would love it if you guys could take literally 5 seconds and go leave a rating for us on whatever platform you are listening to this on. If you're on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe to our channel. If you are on podcast, make sure you go to the comments down below. If you're on Apple or Spotify, I will have them linked on the exact instructions on how to do it. It's just super easy to just go leave us a 5-star rating or leave us a review if you loved this episode. Honestly, you could go leave us a review and a comment and say what you're excited about or topics that you want to hear about or different things like that. Please check out the show notes. I will have a ton of different links down there for all of my personal stuff, my personal podcast, and all of CattleUSA's links. Make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter, all of the things like that, so that you get the first information every single day on what we're going to be bringing you as a business and just ways that we're bettering the cattle industry. So we are so excited to go along with this journey with you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday and an amazing weekend. We will see you all Monday on another episode bright and early. Have a great one, guys. We'll see ya.